Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat's Erik Spoelstra on exciting in-state rivalry with Magic. As the Miami Heat take on the Orlando Magic in the regular season opener, there is no doubt that the in-state rivalry is always a must-watch as throughout the years. It has featured tough and exciting matchups on the defensive end. With the Heat taking on a loaded East on its own, the Magic will no doubt be a big-time player in the conference as head coach Erik Spoelstra speaks on the feud. Despite finishing with a worst record, Miami beat Orlando 3-1 last season, where half the games featured matchups where both teams finished with under 100 points. This has been the norm for each team to play exceptional defense, as Spoelstra said to Clutch Points that the franchises are set up to be that way, and speaks on the rivals' improvement. "I think the two organizations are set up to be that way," Spoelstra said. Jamal Mosley has done a really good job developing that young core and giving them an identity. They were one of the top defensive teams last year. Wasn't by accident. They have great length, but they also work at it. They make it tough on you, and then offensively, the young players are just continuing to grow. So you don't know the growth from one year to the next, but the playoff experience, I'm sure, helped them. This is where it should be. The two organizations should be two very good teams competing for it and having something play for there. Magic head coach Jamal Mosley has been in the role for the past 3 seasons, where last year saw the team go 7 games into the first round of the playoffs, falling to the Cleveland Cavaliers. With a young and improving team with such stars as Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, and more, the sky seems to be the limit, though Mosley prepares for a Heat team Wednesday night and this season where he acknowledges Heat culture to Clutch Points. "You talk about Heat culture," Mosley said. "And the way in which they play, the physicality, the toughness, the grit that they possess, but obviously noticing on film. Throughout the preseason they're playing faster. And so, their ability to run, push the pace. Same with the offensive rebounding, just expecting that great physicality." While there is no doubt that the Heat and Magic rivalry this season will be ignited in Wednesday's opener, it will also be a special moment as Pat Riley will be commemorated with his name on the court of the Casillas Center. There will be a halftime ceremony that will even extend 10 minutes of the break as Spoelstra speaks of how Riley has been the greatest mentor I've ever had. "I just think it's a really special moment, not only for myself, but for so many of us in the building," Spoelstra said. "These years are going by fast, 30 years. It's just like a blink of an eye. And he's given us all such, he's brought us all along on the ride, and we're forever grateful for that. He's given us a blueprint, to follow that leads to winning. And this is an opportunity for us to acknowledge him," Spoelstra continued. "And everything he's done for this organization and for the city, it makes him uncomfortable, I'm sure, and I love that. This is an opportunity for us, to shine a light on him. He doesn't want that light shining on him right now, but when we have this opportunity, you want to just absolutely go for it. He's been obviously so much to me outside my family. He's the greatest mentor I've ever had, and that first loose ball that goes by that signature, we better be at that ball." Miami Heat bullied by Orlando. The Miami Heat were bullied by Orlando tonight. It was Pat Riley night. The Heat beat Orlando 9 straight games before tonight. The second half started and Orlando used their height and physical play to bully the Heat. Bad. Really bad. I mean, what the foo asterisk? Terry Rozier scored but didn't really distribute, 5 assists. And why was Haywood Highsmith defending Franz Wagner? Look at my article here on our site for the season preview. This game was supposed to be a W. The two cornerstones of the team scored 12 points tonight. 12 points. I understand being unselfish and getting the most defensive attention. But 12 points total sucks. Look at the game charts here on NBA.com. The Magic bullied the Heat on the glass, 57-43. They housed Miami on offensive rebounds and second chance points 26-8. Oh, I'm sorry, 26-9. Jimmy Butler is a basketball player, not a scorer. Neither is Bam Adebayo a scorer first. They wait for moments when they are needed to score. That moment came and went but wasn't seized by any of the two. Well, it is the first game of the season. At the start of the third quarter, Orlando went up by 10. The moment when any fan knew the game was over was on successive plays when Franz Wagner got open underneath the basket and dunked. The Heat defenders were caught off guard. Then, Paolo Banchero had a nasty behind-the-back assist to Wagner for an uncontested dunk. The Magic were up by 14 and that was it. It got as high as 32, Bahamas training camp hangover. Miami Heat player named ambitious trade target for Boston Celtics. As the Miami Heat prepare to tip off their 2024-25 NBA season, fans can't help but wonder, what if things don't go as expected? What if the team struggles this season? In that case, it is not hard to imagine a scenario where Kevin Love, the veteran with a championship background, is traded away. Love has seen his three-point shooting decline in recent seasons. He shot 34.4% from three-point range in 2023-24, quite a bit below his 36.9% career average, and averaged 16.8 minutes per game. Even at age 36, Love is a guy who could be an asset to plenty of teams around the league. One of them might be the Boston Celtics. With the Celtics already having a strong roster, there is not much they need to add except for maybe in the deep rotational roles. Love's qualities, stretching the floor, getting important rebounds, and providing veteran leadership, would fit in perfectly. In the Bleacher Report article "One Ambitious Trade Target for Every NBA Team This Season," Andy Bailey wrote, "In this team's case, which doesn't really need to do anything, simply upgrading the 10th or 11th man in the rotation could be the only realistic move on the table. If the Miami Heat get off to a slow start and move Jimmy Butler, who didn't sign an extension this summer, they may start unloading other veterans, as well. Kevin Love is a floor spacer with championship experience who'd fit Boston's culture and three-point-heavy offense. Love has played 16 seasons in the NBA, representing the Cleveland Cavaliers, Heat, and Minnesota Timberwolves. He has averaged 16.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 2.3 assists in 929 regular season games. The veteran is a five-time All-Star. He also won the 2016 NBA championship as part of LeBron James' Cavaliers, who turned around the Golden State Warriors' 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Of course, any potential deal is dependent on how both teams start their respective seasons. If the Celtics sense an opportunity to improve their roster, adding a player like Love might make sense. The Celtics thrive on ball movement, three-point shooting, and floor spacing, attributes that match Love's abilities. Outside of the court, his experience in high-pressure situations may add a bit more to a team that has already won a championship but seems capable of building a dynasty if they play their cards right. On the other hand, a disappointing start to the season for Miami may lead the organization to consider trading experienced veterans such as Love and focus on developing their core of youngsters. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kevin Love? Leave your opinion in the comments.